There comes a time in life when you find yourself in a situation that feels like a slow erosion of your spirit, a phase where your happiness, health, and self-worth begin to deteriorate, leaving you drained and disconnected. This is not a sign of weakness. It is a quiet but crucial signal that something needs to change. Perhaps you are in a relationship where respect is faded, a job that exhausts you without providing any sense of fulfillment, or stuck in a cycle of obligations and guilt that leaves you feeling empty. These situations do not just affect your daily life. They shape your identity, erode your mental well-being, and keep you from reaching your true potential. Today, we will explore 9 signs that it is time to walk away, not as an escape, but as an act of courage and self-respect. Making the decision to leave a situation that no longer serves you is not easy, but it can be one of the most powerful choices you will ever make. The wisdom of Stoic philosophy teaches us that walking away is not always about giving up. Sometimes, it is about taking back control and realigning your life with your core values. By the end of this video, you will have a clearer understanding of when to let go, how to embrace new opportunities, and why walking away can be a bold and empowering decision. And before we begin, if you want more content like this, follow us. We are posting daily to help you on your journey of personal growth. 1. When respect is gone. Respect is the foundation of any healthy relationship, whether personal or professional. When respect starts to fade, you can feel it in every interaction. Maybe your ideas are dismissed in meetings, your partner constantly interrupts you, or your friends repeatedly ignore your boundaries. These small, seemingly insignificant actions add up over time, making you feel invisible and unappreciated. Being in a space where you are not respected is like standing on a crumbling foundation. It will eventually collapse. Stoicism reminds us that our self-respect should not depend on the opinions or actions of others, but maintaining this mindset is incredibly difficult when surrounded by disrespect. In the workplace, lack of respect can manifest as a decline in enthusiasm and productivity. Your contributions go unnoticed, or worse, someone else takes credit for your work. This is not just a hit to your professional pride. It is a sign that you are not valued in that environment. The same applies to personal relationships. When a partner, family member, or friend fails to treat you with the respect you deserve, it is not just disappointing, it is toxic. Over time, this can make you question your worth and put immense pressure on your mental well-being. Walking away from such situations is not giving up. It is reclaiming your dignity. Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on what we can control, our actions and responses. You cannot control how others treat you, but you can choose to leave an environment that does not respect you. This is an act of self-preservation and a powerful statement that you deserve better. Leaving does not just protect your mental and emotional well-being. It sets a precedent for how you will be treated in the future. You send a message to yourself and to the world that you will not tolerate disrespect. Think about it. Every moment you spend in a place where you are not respected is a moment stolen from a life where you could be valued and appreciated. Walking away is not just about escaping negativity. It is about making room for respectful and fulfilling relationships. Respect is non-negotiable. It is the foundation of every meaningful interaction. So when you find yourself in a situation where it is lacking, remember the wisdom of the Stoics. Focus on what you can control and have the courage to leave. Your self-worth and inner peace are far more valuable than staying in a place that diminishes you. 2. When your health is at risk. Your health, both mental and physical, is your greatest asset. It is the foundation upon which everything else in your life is built. When you find yourself in a situation that is negatively impacting your health, it is a clear signal that something must change. We often dismiss stress, anxiety, and physical strain as normal parts of life. But when these issues become chronic, they are red flags that cannot be ignored. Consider a job that demands more than you can give, long hours, constant pressure, and a toxic work environment that leads to burnout. The stress accumulates, causing insomnia, high blood pressure, and even serious long-term health issues. Your body and mind can only handle so much before they begin to break down. It is essential to recognize these warning signs and take action before it is too late. The Stoics believed in balance and moderation, and pushing yourself beyond your limits is a clear violation of these principles. In personal relationships, the stakes are just as high. If you are in an environment filled with constant conflict, neglect, or emotional abuse, your mental health will suffer. Anxiety, depression, and a sense of being trapped often arise from toxic relationships. The Stoics teach us to value our inner peace and avoid those who disrupt it. Leaving harmful relationships is not failure. It is a courageous step toward protecting your mental health and reclaiming your peace. Physical health is equally important. Maybe you are engaged in an activity or lifestyle that is causing you harm. Perhaps a sport that your body can no longer handle, or habits that are slowly deteriorating your well-being. Ignoring physical damage will only lead to long-term consequences. Stoic wisdom tells us to live in harmony with nature, including our own bodies. Respecting your limits and listening to your body is not weakness. It is wisdom. Walking away from situations that harm your health is not quitting. It is an act of strength. It means recognizing that your well-being must come first. Imagine how your life could change if you prioritized your mental and physical health. You would create space for healing, growth, and true fulfillment. This could mean finding a job that respects your work-life balance, maintaining relationships that uplift you, or adopting a lifestyle that enhances your well-being. Your health is not something to gamble with. It is the foundation of your ability to live a full and meaningful life. By recognizing harm and having the courage to walk away, you honor and protect yourself. The Stoics remind us that true strength lies in our ability to maintain inner peace and balance. So prioritize your health, make the necessary changes, and remember, walking away from what harms you is a powerful act of self-care. 3. When your values are compromised. Your values are the guiding principles that shape your decisions and define who you are. They represent what you stand for, what you believe in, and what gives your life meaning. But sometimes, life puts us in situations that force us to compromise these values, creating an internal conflict that slowly erodes our sense of self. This can happen in many areas of life, at work, in relationships, or in social circles. If you find yourself constantly bending your principles to fit into an environment that does not align with your beliefs, it is a sign that something is deeply wrong. Consider a workplace where you are asked to act unethically, go against your moral standards, or make decisions that don't sit right with you. At first, it might feel like a small compromise, something you can overlook. But over time, these small compromises add up, and you start losing the connection to your true self. The same happens in relationships. Perhaps you are surrounded by people whose actions and values contradict what you stand for. Maybe you are in a relationship where you feel pressured to become someone you are not, just to keep the peace. Over time, this disconnect can lead to frustration, resentment, and a deep sense of unhappiness. The Stoics believe that living according to your virtues is the key to a fulfilling and meaningful life. Marcus Aurelius and Seneca emphasized that true happiness comes from aligning your actions with your inner beliefs. If your job, relationship, or social circle forces you to act in ways that go against your principles, it is a clear sign that you need to reconsider your path. Walking away from situations that challenge your core values is not weakness, it is strength. It is a declaration that your integrity matters more than external validation. Imagine the freedom and peace of mind that comes from living in alignment with your true self. When you make decisions that reflect your principles, you build a life based on authenticity, self-respect, and inner harmony. The Stoics remind us, if something costs you your integrity, the price is too high. If you feel like your values are being compromised, it is time to take a step back and ask, is this truly who I want to be? Am I making choices that align with my beliefs, or am I betraying myself to please others? By walking away from environments that force you to compromise your values, you open the door to new opportunities, healthier relationships, and a stronger sense of purpose. For when you stop growing, you start feeling stuck, like every day is just a repeat of the past. Whether it is in your career, personal life, or hobbies, stagnation leads to frustration, boredom, and a deep sense of unfulfillment. The Stoics believed in lifelong learning and continuous self-improvement. They saw life as a journey of growth and wisdom, where every experience should contribute to personal development. When you stop progressing, it is a clear sign that something needs to change. Consider your career. There may have been a time when your job was exciting, full of learning opportunities and challenges, but now it has become routine. There is no room for advancement, no new skills to learn, and no excitement in what you do. This lack of growth can drain your motivation and make you feel disconnected from your work. The same applies to relationships. A healthy relationship challenges and inspires both partners to become better versions of themselves. But if your interactions have become stagnant, where conversations feel repetitive and there is no shared growth, it may be time to reassess the connection. Personal growth also includes learning, trying new things, and expanding your perspectives. If your hobbies or interests no longer excite you, or if you find yourself stuck in a monotonous routine, it is time to explore new experiences that reignite your curiosity. Walking away from stagnation is not about abandoning everything. It is about seeking opportunities for expansion. It is about recognizing that you are meant to evolve, learn, and push beyond your current limits. The Stoics valued challenges and discomfort because they lead to growth. Seneca once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." If you feel like you are not growing, ask yourself, am I challenging myself enough? What can I do today to break out of this cycle? Growth often requires leaving behind comfort and familiarity. It means stepping into new challenges that force you to learn, adapt, and evolve. 5. When your efforts are not appreciated. We have all been in situations where we give our best effort, only to feel like it goes unnoticed. Whether at work, in friendships, or in family relationships, being unseen and unappreciated can be deeply frustrating. Imagine working hard every day, exceeding expectations, helping others, and going the extra mile, yet receiving little to no recognition. At first, you may tell yourself that hard work speaks for itself, but over time, the lack of appreciation can drain your energy and enthusiasm. The same happens in personal relationships. If you are the one always making plans, always offering support, always giving, but those efforts are never acknowledged, it creates an imbalance that leads to resentment and emotional exhaustion. The Stoics remind us not to seek external validation, but they also teach us to recognize where our energy is being wasted. Walking away from situations where you are taken for granted is not selfish. It is self-respect. Your time and effort should be invested in people and places that value what you bring to the table. Ask yourself, am I consistently giving my best to people who do not appreciate it? Would my energy be better spent elsewhere? By redirecting your energy to environments that recognize and reciprocate your efforts, you create space for mutual respect, fulfillment, and healthy connections. The Stoics remind us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. If you are in a place where your contributions are not valued, choose to walk away and seek places where you are appreciated. Final thoughts. Walking away is not about giving up. It is about choosing yourself. It is about recognizing that some situations, relationships, and environments no longer serve your growth, happiness, or well-being. The Stoics teach us that true strength comes from making rational and courageous decisions, whether it is leaving behind disrespect, toxic environments, stagnation, or lack of appreciation. Choosing to walk away is an act of self-respect. Take a moment to reflect. Are you holding on to something that is holding you back? Is there a situation in your life that no longer aligns with who you are? Walking away is not weakness, it is power. It is choosing growth over comfort, peace over chaos, and self-respect over external validation. And if you want more content like this, follow us. We are posting daily to support your journey of personal growth.